What could go wrong? God, this is gonna be fun. First of all, we are not with our usual microphone, as I've already explained. And we are with the sound card, the Sound Blaster one, and the headset microphone. We shall see how it fares. So let's count this more of a test, randoms, whatever you wish to call it. Truth be told, I do not care. Yet, this is gonna be fun. And I have not decided yet. And why is this in alphabetical? Ah. I do not know for how long the practice may be yet. We shall see. We shall see. And no, the mouse tracking is entirely by the camera. That will be completely off. Let's try and match the daytime from here. It's real clear. Thunderstorm weather. What could go wrong? Truth be told, I do not know if it will be purely night or a mix in between. We shall see, and if I must change it, I will change it. Might need to adjust the chair. I'm still angry that they stole the chair that we were supposed to use for sim racing. Thieves. Might need to lower the music to hear the car. I really do. God. Oh, the headset wheel was lower. No wonder. And no, we're not using the camera this time, like in previous tests. And every time I lose control, I will return to the pits. I forgot to mention that. I have not checked to what values the traction control and everything is. Last time I was playing I used it in realistic and I was touching the grass because adjusting the hair. Gods, the sun. I completely went blind. Perhaps the time was not the best. And for those that do not know, I'm doing left foot braking, which we are not that used to, unfortunately. And we touched the grass, so we are returning to the pits. As I said I would. Because I'm too perfectionistic. Oh god, the wheel. That quick alt tab messed things up. Gods. Gods. I already touched the grass. Not certain the reason. It seems my perception of the car might be a little off. Let me adjust the chair. I wonder if the police is gonna come to here and wreck our house because we should be doing this with VR, not this way. Still a little off. Always pausing the game is such a mess. Because sometimes you do not expect the speed or if you need to turn. Gods, the cones. Complete disregard. Not at all. Once I'm in the straightaway, I will check the traction control and all of that. Because in this car it can get all over the place. Let's see. No, it has stayed in authentic. Good. Then it has not changed. gods. I hate that curve here in the Nürburgring. And for some unknown reason my mind still stuck, as if we were driving with R390. Gods, I can't with the chat now. I'm gonna roll. I'm driving, please do not interrupt. I'm kidding, welcome in. What is it? What brings you to the stream, to my madness? Ah, what a mess. Yes, I read you. It seems I completely forgot. I meant to change the price of the TTS to have that working. I'm installing this for the first time. Oh. First time into sim racing or just the game? I'm certainly curious. Quite new to sim racing, but even newer to the game. We have a few hours, so to speak, in this sim. We've played more Assetto Corsa and arcade games, yet I might say this is so far among the best we've tried so far in realism and graphics wise. Man, playing AC and ACC, both are really good, especially AC with the amount of mods. Although most of the AC we've tried is for drifting. We still need to purchase a hydro and a gearbox for the setup to be able to properly drift. So it's mostly been clutch kicking kind of drift, just gas control and whatnot. Let's say that because we are a DID system, it's one of us have our own styles, and my own style is mostly into fast driving or time attack more than just normal racing or drift. It's Rayne, the one that likes drift the most. How is this compared to iRacing? I have not tried iRacing yet. An acquaintance of ours does iRacing a lot. Hold on, I will point you to their channel. Hold on. Because we have the wheel and all of that. Ah, it's not live. Hold on. He's an acquaintance of ours that does a ton of iRacing. So he's, I believe, your best source to ask opinion on iRacing. I'm not a man, but I appreciate the compliment. Gods. We are all women here. It's simply this city microphone we are using this time. We are not using our normal one because we can't with the wheel on the way. But yes, I shall continue. Burning tire and crashing at every corner. Let's see. I bet I'm gonna crash the moment I don't stop the game. Well, not crashing this time. But close. God. Touching grass. I won't restart for touching grass that slow, small piece, not slow, God. I'm gonna play some auto online. Have a lovely stream. Thank you, appreciate it. And welcome in. Enjoy it. And make sure to set all the settings of the game before you start, because otherwise you are gonna have a very fun time. At least that was our experience. Otherwise the game is very enjoyable. But almost lost traction completely there. Always this side. I hate the carousels. God. I always hate the inner zone of it. God. No, I won't restart. That was very slight. And yeah, we have God's hate us. Thank you for resubscribing yet again. Good evening. Yes, yes, it is quite the evening. And the music is being too loud. What brings you here?
Just resubbed for 30. Good evening, carrot,
30.
carrot.
Carrot, carrot. Ah, the text-to-speech is all over the place. And the text-to-speech butchered yet again your name. Yes, yes, it is quite the evening. Crashing. Lots of crashing and losing traction so far. We shall continue. And yes, I will lower the car sound slightly. Because I wish to drive with the music. Oh, hold on. There. Still too loud. Loud. Ah, later. We are gonna fuck it. And we fucked it. And we are returning to the pits because there is no way to recover from that. Yes, yes, invalidated. I'm well aware. And already drifting. Great. I believe the Nürburgring is considered the hardest difficulty circuit because of the elevation changes all the time. Not being able to see the road and just sending it, so to speak, is very, very dangerous. Sure, learning the circuit lets to be able to drive faster in those little spots when you know it's safe, yet it's not always as straightforward. I believe that is the reason why I like this circuit so much. Gods. Too much speed even for that slight turn. So we are returning. Too much speed even for that. It's always quite a feeling when you lose traction in the rear and are about to spin completely out of control. Especially at these speeds that, well, it's a circuit. You need to drive fast. Like for example, now I'm just sending it. and almost lost completely traction, and the car already started to veer slightly as about to spin out of control. That is where the force feedback comes into the realism. Gods. No, no, I completely didn't lose traction or no. At least I avoided the crash. Or catching grass. Certainly, what could go wrong? Crashing here, of course. Just kidding. Truth be told, I must check if you can reallocate the map in the top right, because I can barely look at it. The speed and the elevation, gods, completely losing. Well, having air time more than anything. Quite a feeling when you lose completely the steering input. I believe it's simply that moment when you realize you don't have control over where you are gonna crash. We should be on the straight away to send it soon, I believe. Soon is. A little too much speed and I should restart. Because that's what I said I would. Oh god, the wheel. I know I could use restart the car position, yet I do not find that funny or enjoyable. That's simply myself. I realize now I have not checked which tires it's using. Ah, pay no mind. Gods. Traction on the rear? No. And the elevation almost makes me lose a steering wheel input. Going too fast. Not at all. No such thing. Neither there. Goals. No, we are not touching grass. God, it's the carousels. But the compressor is always so loud. Very loud. Now we can send it peacefully. For a while at least. And no, I cannot hear the music at all. Wait, I paused it now? This car is a little slower top speed compared to the Nissan one, the R390. I messed up. I meant to take into the pits for tires and gas. I suppose I'll run it until I run out of gas. I've never seen what happens in this game. We will find out. When you start here in the circuit right of the pits, well, the practice and whatnot, you will start with barely 25 liters of fuel. That is a lap and a little more. I believe it can be seen in the bottom right, in the gauge. God, losing traction on the front is always quite dramatic. God, I almost gashed too much there, losing traction on the rear. The changes in elevation, quite intense in this area. Close. Should have used the brakes slightly earlier, the same as downshifting. Goals. A slight touch of grass, very slight. I use the brakes a little too much. Goals. The force feedback going slightly left, right, left, right. What they will call holding on dear life. Oh, it seems we were able to do 2 full laps on 16 liters of gas. Well, 1. Oh god. The more you know. 2 laps with a full tank. Well, with 25 liters. Oh, potential 749. I actually went 20 seconds from the last time. Progress, I believe? Progress. $60 liters. Ah no, my actual time is worse. Oh, great. Gods, I was really on worn tires. Gods. I was overshooting the brakes quite a fair amount. Not the brakes, but overall the tires with how much they were worn. Quite dramatic. That is for certain. God. A little too slow. No, no. I completely didn't lose traction on the rear. What would be the right word to describe it? Brutal? God. There, lap invalidated. We were going so well. What a shame. Truly. And we start again with 25 liters. And again, the tires has changed. Interesting. Home lights went on. Who's pinging and why? What is it? Now. I still have stopped. Twice for the dumping and the lamp lights. Good! We're starting again. Reaktion. Almost. If there wasn't ABS, that would have been locking the brakes on crashing, most likely. Ah, the carousel, my bane. Let's hear the engines come. Gods. Gods, the wrist. I have to crack it. I knew it. I knew it. God. In between the elevation, the speed, and how the curves is. Yes, yes, lap invalidated. It's such a throw-off every time the change of how the tires feel. You know what you will do in winter when there is ice and snow? You will test always how much traction you have. You will just gas, for example, and then slam the brakes. Unfortunately, you can't feel the ABS. When in real life, the pedal will start and you will feel the tires lock and unlock, because that's what the ABS does. Here you don't have that feeling. That is why I'm always so careful with the braking. Aside from I don't use the left foot for braking, that's normally just for the clutch yet. We don't have an H shifter, even if I press the clutch right now, it just does nothing. I mean, it works. There you can see it, it just unlocks the steering fully. And I can just clutch kick it, in a sense. Yet, it's not needed. Let me put the wheel straight. And move it slightly from the table. Gods. Oh, it seems it was turned. The fact that I'm not taking seriously, slightly not seriously, and that I can have so much joy says it all. With the amount of driving that we do at work, that this is still enjoyable. Oh, hold on. The amount of joy that I have with this, even when I'm not taking it seriously, it speaks very loud. Truly. I meant to restart. The pedals basically the whole stand moves slightly. Yet I wonder, this is the fun of it, at least to myself. So in essence, how does driving this compare to the normal way we are used to drive? Well, at least myself. I like the car to roll without being on gear, especially when I'm going fast. That way I'm able to use the brakes properly. Hold on, the chair is now out of place. I like the car to roll, and that unless I'm able to use the clutch, which it changes completely the driving style. I can't. I'm not able to properly estimate when to engage the clutch, use the right foot for the braking, and be extremely precise. Then let the clutch go and at the same time gas up and all of that. All of that completely gone. That is how it differs from the normal driving. Then here I'm at all times with the wheels on the ground, and you need to get used to never unengaging the clutch. So you always have the engine or pushing or not pushing, which is where the gassing and not gassing comes. Let's say that you are engine braking and not engine braking at all times, which I normally don't do that unless I'm ref matching. Can you ref match here? I don't think it's needed yet. You might. I will try that. I do not know how it's gonna work. I don't think the head can compute it, because you normally will be on gear, let's say, second. No, it's not gonna work here. You normally will... Oh god, my clutch point is completely awful. There, it can be seen in the bottom right. The biting point is horrible. We need to tweak that. I will say we do the ref match every time when we are going at speed and we don't shift instead of slamming the brakes. That is when we let the car go on its own weight, mostly. But no, I cannot do it with the paddles without the 8 shifter, because let's say that it just comes as an automatic move of yeah, clutching, gas, and all of that. The head can't even think it right now. God. And the chair is still not in the right position. I really need to put the chair properly, because let's say that I'm closer to the brake pedal than the gas, and that does affect. Very annoying, the person that stole the other chairs from the storage. Truly. Someone must die for that. I'm curious, let's put there 390 for a little bit. Truth be told, I've driven myself the Porsche the most, and I have very little used the other one. Hold on, let's see. Well, that says it all. And there 390 is barely down. Hold on, let's change it. Let's put there 390. I know they are both two different classes. Not prototype. for what we know, the R390 is among the most difficult. Then the Porsche should be much easier. We shall see. It's been mostly Rayne, the one who has driven it. God's right-hand drive. This does not have ABS. It sounds better. This car, compared to the Porsche, has much more of a... You gas up and you are about to spin and lose completely traction on the rear. Much easier. Weight distribution is much more lighter on the front compared to the Porsche. Quite a change of feel after driving for so long with a Porsche. But where is my speech at? The sensation of speed is much more different here. What would be 160, 170 kilometers in the Porsche here is 200. It's the same kind of feeling you have when driving an electric vehicle and moving into a gasoline one. Also, this car must be more prone to speed, might be because of the twin turbos. That is what having boost is, after all. God's the shifting. I believe this car is actually a H pattern one. Not a paddles. I didn't fully read the text. It is, you can see the clutch being engaged on the right. It is in automatic because of the paddles. But yes, it is fully manual. The brakes are much more reactive in this car. I overshot this completely. Quite a different feeling. Once I press the space, let's go back. Let's try and have a proper lap with this. I'm very curious what the time will be. I simply need to be more mindful of the gas control and the brakes to not lock them or to spin because of the boost. The standing it is so easy in this car. God. Locking brakes, of course. I do not know what is the brake bias on this, but earlier when I was using the brakes, it locked completely the front. Might have a bias towards the front. That is not the best, in my opinion. Yet I might be wrong. If the breathing can be heard, I apologize for that. Good. Slightly touching grass. Let's try and not overshoot the carousel. God. Truth be told, need to adjust the position of the pilot inside the car because it's a little too high and the visor of the Nissan logo does hide a little the furthest view, which is where you are supposed to be looking when driving. Yeah, that is in an annoying menu to access it while driving. And the wheel does not always input it correctly. That curve, that slide, with the other car at that same speed, it would have lost control, yet here with this one is much simpler. Perhaps because of the lighter steering, yet again, two different classes. I believe this is Group C. Let's send it. Slightly faster than the other car. Now carefully with the downshifts and the braking. $7.58. Oh, better than with the Porsche, despite crashing in the end. It is much better for car handling compared to the Porsche, yet I believe the other one is heavier. Let's check it. These are the little things that make racing so interesting. Hold on, let's see. 1,085 kilos. Hold on, do I have a screenshot of both of these? Might. Hold on. Shadow play is not being of help. Neither windows. Great. Windows stuck with the COM subrogate processes, which that's a new thing. It backs shadow play. Let's compare the cars. The R390 mid-rear engine, one is flat 6, the Porsche is the flat 6, then the R390 is twin turbo, making 618 horsepower, 678 of torque. Oh god, the wheel is so hot. It seems you can adjust the turbo as well of the R390. The R390 does not have neither traction control nor ABS. And the Porsche is 200 to 300 kilos heavier. Then, of course, the engine position changes how the car handles. That being said, the R390 is a longer car. We're actually more used to driving longer cars. That is hilarious, isn't it? Quite the comparison I have now after driving the Porsche for so long. Let's have a quick break and we'll continue. Good. I got quite sweaty. Very. Those who say that sim racing is not intense, it is. And that is the joyful part of it, truth be told. Gods, music is not being cooperative. Now, let's switch back to the Porsche. See the three. What other cars there is? This might be something I'm interested to try. Then there is the it's the R35. Perhaps I might try it now. Why not? After having driven with Porsche for so long and the R390, I believe I have quite the opinion on both of the cars and both of the classes. Yet, the GTR is GT3 class. Should be close to the Porsche. God, it's even heavier than the Porsche on the front. Not necessarily a bad thing. Oh, quite the gearing. Hold on, let's restart it. That actually surprised me, being at 110. And second gear will be redlining. God, that caught me by surprise. Oh, the red line is 7,000. No, second gear maximum 150. Perhaps I was simply going faster than I thought. Perhaps I was simply in second gear and I switched it to, well, downshifted to first. Gods. The car does feel heavier on the front compared to the rear. It certainly does feel heavier. And the steering is quite good compared to the Porsche. That is what I meant with it does feel heavier in the front. Because this is front engine mounted. The other ones were mid-rear and rear. Gods. Let's restart it. Might take me a while to get used to the wetness of the steering. Completely unexpected. I have not checked. Normally the GTR is all-wheel drive. I wonder if it is all-wheel drive here as well. Or just rear. I may be wrong, yet being all-wheel drive means you can corner faster because you have all wheels pulsing, not just an axle alone. I may be wrong. Yet you must be mindful of the steering. Gods. Let's not restart it just because of that. I wonder if you can brute force this car more compared to the other two, simply because of the all-wheel drive. What? The engine is so quiet. The engine is so quiet, I'm relying quite a lot. I can't go on by the sound. Oh god, I touched at the left and that made me lose completely control. Let's see, what did I touch? The outer of the curve. God. The wheel is just being forced completely to the side. Let's see. God. I might have touched here, right on the outer of the curve. I'm looking at the rear mirror. Do not mind the grinding. I'm gonna restart it anyway. I touched... Oh wait, I completely forgot that there is the replay. Hold on, let's check it. The car is extremely quiet. Very quiet. Oh, there! I touched it slightly there, and that in combination with the bump made me completely lose steering. There! The bump and the other command poof. Such a small thing to completely make you lose input. Ah, so silly, isn't it? Very silly. Very cool, it has the exhaust on the sides. I'm looking at the line overall. Very silly. Ah. Despite the wheel is turned, great. Because it didn't return to its original position. Let's see. It's still turned now. Gods. When you return to the pits, the wheel doesn't turn to its original position. And because sometimes holding the wheel when you shouldn't can be dangerous, I do not wish to injure the breast again. So we let go of the wheel. That being said, I'm liking the car despite the heaviness. I didn't take this curve through the right lining. Trying to be more mindful of how much I need to brake early to avoid what happened earlier. Gods. I wonder if it might be a bug. The RPM on the wheel, the lights, well, it's on the dashboard also. We have something similar, but in our wheel. It's shows the orange and everything right when it's already red line or close to. Which is rather odd. That is what I'm trying to use as my reference of when to shift. So it's right before the red lining that is on orange, right before. But let's see. I wish to see what happened with the steering. Well, let's actually watch it the whole way without. No? No, 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 no. No? Gods. Real time. I have the sensation of I can corner faster, yet I do not wish to lose traction and go all over the place. Perhaps when I get more used to the handling of this car. From the outside, this car does seem very slow. Yet it isn't. Perhaps slower than the R390. Overping. Gods. It seems I just randomly lost traction on the front. Might have just been the bumps on the road. There. Not certain. That is what I wish to see. Let's see. Oh, not enough. Might have simply been gas. It looked to be that same case of thing, yet... Why does the camera keep changing? On board, gods. I wonder I might have been a combination of the turning and giving a little too much gas at that right moment. In base of the RPMs. Might have been that. Which that can happen. Oh no 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 no. Almost the same happened there. And it didn't shift down for some unknown reason. I hope the paddles are not breaking. That would be very disappointing. I won't overshoot this straight with going too fast. Yes, the same is happening as with the Porsche. The weight and the whole car just pushes. Let's see how well it handles in sending it. God, seems to be more violent compared to the Porsche. The R390 the best at this. Oh, the weight. The weight was pushing the car forwards heavily. Got the weight. Very interesting of a car, truth be told. Wait. Let's see if the wheel... Yes, the wheel is straight. with speeding with this car, truly you need to be mindful of when you accelerate and brake because of how it pushes you forwards. For example, here, it would have pushed towards the right. What is it called? Understeer? I believe it's called understeer. That might be the word. Oversteer is that it steers too much, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that is the right word. It is understeer. That oversteers is that it steers too much. I believe that is the right word. I'll make sure a little later. I wonder if a BMW will handle the same as this. Almost the same happened there as earlier in the first or second pass that we had through there. There has to be a small bump that makes you completely lose. And this car handles it the worst. The same happened, it wouldn't shift the car, don't shift there. Not certain why. Yeah. Concerning. I wonder I do not need to shift down with this car as much to first gear compared to the others. Understeer. There. Good example of it. I'm not letting the understeer go completely over all over the place with this car. The same way I will do with the other ones, keeping the speed for a little longer. In essence, I'm almost the same with the Porsche, yet the understeer is quite heavy in this car. Hmm. Hmm. Very interesting brake bias to the front. I realize now it's dinner time. I have to leave it here for now. Perhaps stream later. Hmm. Quite interesting of a car. Perhaps there is something I can modify on the settings for it to be less understeery. Let's take a look. Oh, it's also turbo. Oh, that's a bit then. Hmm. I might have to try the Audi. Mid front. This has adjustable turbo as well. I might have to check what I can change for that. If I can assign it into the wheel or not. Hmm. Intervene now with the Nismo one more than their 390. Gods. Hmm. Well, this'll be for today, perhaps tomorrow more. Hopefully earlier. We shall see how the time goes. Until next time, children, hopefully you enjoy my madness, not serious driving. Behave.